Good morning children. Welcome back to Social Studies tutorial. I hope you all are well at home. So students, in today's session we are going to learn about the distribution of natural vegetation. In our last session we have learnt about the natural vegetation and wildlife and how they are very important to human fellow beings. So since in your previous grades you have already learnt about the natural vegetation and the pattern of their distribution on the surface of the earth. So students, there are the important vegetation types in this world. These are forest, grasslands, shrubs and tundra. So now let's understand that what these are, then we'll understand about the factors which affect their distribution and growth. So the forests are the land that has a dense cover of trees and shrubs, abundant sunlight, temperature and rainfall. These are the major factors which are responsible for their growth. Whereas grasslands are the lands where grass and the grass-like plants are grown. So these are the means that is completely dependent on the moderate rainfall. Then the next is shrubs. Shrubs are the low woody perennial plants and it especially or mostly grows in the dry regions of the world like deserts. Then tundra. Tundra is mainly found in polar regions. Mosses and lichens are the good examples of tundra. Now let's learn the factors responsible for their growth. Students, these are the factors affect the distribution of natural vegetation and its nature. So the factors are temperature, latitudinal extent, altitude, type of soil, terrain, rainfall, sunlight and temperature, precipitation and the slope of land. Mainly these are the factors which affect the distribution of natural vegetation. Now let's understand deforestation. So students, what deforestation is? Deforestation is cutting down of trees and the main reason of deforestation is increasing population and spiral demands of land for different purposes. So what exactly that the just because of the increasing population it led to the spiral demands, and because of which the forests are cut down for clearing the land for agriculture, settling down industries and just to connect them with the cities or the areas where the raw material or the consumers are available or the market is available. So there is a demand of line road and railway line. So these are the few purposes for which the forests are cutting down. People also cut down trees for firewood and for the manufacture of paper and synthetic fibers. Deforestation results in soil erosion on a massive scale, and it also destroys the wildlife of the area because animals are forced out into the open and end up being in an open area. So there is the target of poachers and hunters. They also start attacking human habitations in search of food. Now let's understand wildfires. Wildfires are an uncontrolled fire that occurs in forest or bushland. Indonesia is a good example of wildfires. Countries like Indonesia, USA, Australia, and Greece suffer from frequent and devastating wildfires. We can take an example of Indonesia from mid 1997 to May 1998. More than 8 million hectares of forest were burned. Then, many of the fires in Indonesia were started by humans seeking to clear land for growing cash crops. Fires burned about 1/4 of Southeast Asia's 20 million hectares of peat forest. Now, if we talk about in the reference of India, so forest in India, according to the Forest Survey of India, in 2008, India had 20.6% of its total area under forest cover, among which forest cover 1.6% of this area is very dense. Moderately dense forest cover is 10.2% and open forest or bushland cover 8.82% of the area. If we talk about irrespective of these states, then Madhya Pradesh has the largest area under forest cover, 11% of India's cover. Arunachal Pradesh has 10%, Chhattisgarh has 8.25%, Odisha 7.15% and Maharashtra has 7.01% forest cover. So now let's understand conservation of forest, because just to protect the available forest cover in India, government has declared the forest as the reserved or protected forest. These are owned by the government, where the entry of the people is also monitored by the government, and government just passes some specific rules and regulations or orders for these forests. The main difference between reserved and protected forest is that in reserved forest, rights to all activities like hunting and grazing are banned unless specific orders are issued by the government. And in protected forest, rights to all activities like hunting and grazing are allowed unless specific orders are issued. So, reserved forest enjoy greater protection than protected forest. So students, these were the contents which we have covered up in our today's session, like the distribution of natural vegetation and deforestation, wildfires and conservation of forest. I hope you enjoyed the session well. We'll continue the remaining chapter in our next session, that is wildlife. Till the time, stay tuned, stay safe, stay home and stay safe. Thank you.